So tonight's resolution is called This House Would Ban Smoking at BART. In debate language, what we mean when we say this house, it can actually mean a lot of different things. Normally, the first side defines it and says, for example, this house is the government or whatever. But tonight, I think it's just going to be the people of this room who we're trying to convince with this resolution, who we're trying to bring this resolution to. So basically, what is happening is we have a resolution and we have two teams. This is how debating normally works. We have the government team, which is today represented by Bradley and Hillary over here, and we have the opposition team, just met. And the opposition team will try and convince you that this is the worst idea ever. Basically, they're going to make the case for you, but at the end of their speeches, there will be a question-and-answer period where you guys can get involved. But if there's something specific about their speeches that you like or dislike, you can say if you like it, here, or if you don't like it, shame, during their speeches. But obviously, we're trying to have a civilized debate and just like educate you, so don't be too mean about it. They really try to give their best to like present you both sides of the issue fully. How it's going to work is we have an opening speaker who's basically going to introduce both cases to you. They're going to speak for 7 minutes. There's going to be no cross-examination after that speaker. Then we're going to have a second speaker from each side, also 7 minutes, who's going to like basically go deeper into their case and also give some rebuttal and trying to rebuild their case if the other side has like torn it down a bit. And there's going to be some cross-examination from the opposing team after their speech. And then there's going to be a last speaker who in debate we call the whip, because they basically summarize each side and tells you why their side clearly won this debate and why they're awesome. And after that speaker, we're going to have question answered. You guys basically can ask your own questions or give your own ideas about the topic. So with no further ado, I would like to introduce the first speaker. Oh, one more thing. If you want to join debate and learn all of these amazing things, we meet every Tuesday and Thursday, and we go on amazing tournaments. So please, if you have like any question you want to join, just talk to any of us. Okay, thank you. I would like to now recognize the leader of the government, Bradley, to make it so.
I'm Bradley. I'm the leader of the government in this debate for you today. And I think I want to start off by just explaining that I think in order for us all to come to this debate with an open mind, which is what is really essential for public discourse in general, you need to understand where the government side is coming from in this debate. And that's not out of any sort of misplaced sense of self-righteousness or in order to simply tell anybody what to do because we think we have the best ideas. It is out of a genuine and deep concern that we would like to see as few people become addicted to a deadly substance and eventually die as a result of it. That is our goal here today, and we think it's a pretty simple one. And so our job is simply to explain to you why we think this resolution and this motion contributes to that goal, which we believe will obviously be shared by the opposition side, even if they don't think this is the best way to go about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay forward a model, exactly how we would go about banning smoking at BART, because we know it would be a big step for the school. So basically, what we're going to say is that if security stops you for smoking, they will basically give you a write-up. Your first offense will be a warning. Your second offense will be a $50 fine. And your third offense will be a $100 fine and referral to the dean's office for social probation. We believe this is a very clear model that everybody can understand and everybody can follow, and it comes with a built-in warning, and we think that's more effective than, say, a first instance $500 fine. We think people will be able to get on board with this model. In addition, we're going to bring to everybody's attention some existing programs that are underutilized, and we think that a lot of people frankly don't know about, through health services. Health services, for instance, in the status quo, offers counseling on how to quit smoking, group sessions so you can quit smoking with other people. They offer free nicotine patches and nicotine gum. We're going to expand this to have those items available through the dime store with referral from health services. And we're going to guarantee the full funding of these programs. The ban's going to start at the beginning of the next year, so fall 2011, so people have a chance to avail themselves of these programs and begin on the road to quitting. We believe this is all relatively clear, and so I'll get into my reasons for why we think this is a good thing to do. And the reasons are more or less fourfold. First of all, it's for the health of the individual, and I'll make that clearly. Second of all, it's for the health of the BARD community in general, smokers and non-smokers alike. Our third argument is going to be that we believe it's going to erode what we see as a deadly and destructive culture of smoking, which propagates many diseases. Our fourth point is that, if not strike a blow, it is at least going to take seriously the idea that the tobacco industry is corrupt, destructive, and one under which no circumstances we should support in any way. And my partner Hillary is going to talk more about those last two for you. So first of all, the health of the individual. I'm sure it's not news to anybody that cigarettes are bad for you. In fact, they kill you. Cigarettes cause lung cancer, other types of cancer, emphysema, complicate bronchitis, a whole variety of factors, which I'm sure I don't have to go over here because it's become common knowledge. Despite decades of falsified tobacco industry-funded studies to the contrary, it has become common knowledge. So why do people continue to smoke? Nicotine is a highly addictive substance. According to the British medical journal Lancet, it is more addictive than marijuana, it is more addictive than amphetamines, it is more addictive than barbiturates, it is on par with cocaine, and the only major drug studied that exceeded nicotine's level of addiction and dependency was heroin. That was the only one. We believe this fact makes it extremely difficult for people to quit smoking, even if they want to. And we believe that these issues go to the idea of personal choice. Because we acknowledge that even though smoking is categorically bad for you, categorically it's the same, basically, as committing long, drawn-out suicide, that people still feel they have the right to choose this. We believe that choice is an illusion, and it comes from two places. The first place is nicotine itself, as I've talked about. And the second place is the tobacco industry's relentless PR campaign to convince you that smoking is your individual right, that it's a liberty, that it's American or Bardian or whatever segment of society they choose to be targeting at the time. The fact is that there is no other substance in the world that has been proven as deadly and as addictive as tobacco, and yet is still legal. There's no other substance that you can think of. And we believe that's entirely caused by the very effective political lobbying and PR from the tobacco industry. They've been doing it a long time, and they've had a lot of success. And anybody who's saying thank you for smoking knows generally what I mean. By age 30, 85% of all smokers say they regret having started smoking, but feel they can't stop. We think that anybody in this room who feels they are going to fall within that 15% when they turn 30 are kidding themselves. More precisely, nicotine's kidding you, and big tobacco's kidding you. So we believe not only is this an incredibly unhealthy lifestyle that we want to help people quit, but we believe that the personal choice that people so strongly cling to justify it is an illusion brought about by chemical dependency and a very effective tobacco lobby. Second of all, say you don't buy any of my arguments on that, and you steadfastly hold to the notion that it's your right, it's your choice. Smoking affects other people. And of course here I'm talking about secondhand smoke. And we all know that secondhand smoke is a very well-documented phenomenon. The most recent major study on it was from the World Health Organization in 2006, which was a meta-study that compiled many other scientific analyses through the American Medical Association, British Medical Association, the British Council for Research on Nicotine and Tobacco. It was a meta-study of all these things and stated conclusively that in the opinion of the World Health Organization, secondhand smoke was a significant and measurable, caused a significant and measurable risk of lung cancer and other diseases. This is why, steadfastly throughout many nations, smoking has been banned indoors and in indoor public places because of secondhand smoke. Now, I think we all acknowledge that we have personal rights, and these rights extend to the area where we hurt somebody else. My right to swing my fist stops where your nose begins. We believe that your right to smoke also ends where my nose begins and I breathe in the deadly fumes. Now, to the idea that this isn't relevant because smoking goes on outside, there are a couple of things I just have to say quickly to that idea. And basically, it's that people aren't going to spread it out evenly among campus to smoke. People smoke in clusters, making clustered area of cigarette pollution. And passersby breathe in this cigarette pollution, which is many times more concentrated in the background level of air pollution. They smoke in clusters. Say you enforce the 15-foot to 20-foot rule away from buildings. That simply moves the cloud of smoke 15 feet down the path. People aren't going to stand in the middle of the field. They're simply going to move it down the path. So we fully acknowledge that secondhand smoke in an outdoor situation isn't the incredibly worst thing in the world, but we acknowledge that people have the right not to breathe in your cigarette smoke, especially people with asthma have the right not to have an attack triggered by your cigarette smoke, and for these reasons we think it affects the health of our campus in general. My partner's going to talk more about the second two arguments I mentioned, and for now I cede the floor to the Leader of the Opposition.